April 1945. Berlin is burning. Above ground, the city is being crushed by Soviet artillery. Buildings collapse, streets turn into graveyards, and deep beneath the ruins of the Reich Chancellery, one man waits for the end. Adolf Hitler, the man who once controlled most of Europe, is now trapped in a concrete bunker, surrounded by fear, betrayal, and the inevitable collapse of his world. This is not the story of a powerful dictator. This is the story of a broken man in his final days. The Führerbunker was never meant to be a tomb. It was built as a temporary shelter, a reinforced underground complex with narrow corridors, thick walls, and no windows. By April 1945, it had become Hitler's prison. The bunker smelled of damp concrete, sweat, and fear. Electric lights flickered, the air was heavy. Maps on the walls still showed German armies that no longer existed. Hitler refused to leave Berlin. While his generals begged him to escape, he chose to stay, convinced that fate would still turn in his favor. But reality was closing in. Inside the bunker, Hitler's mental state rapidly deteriorated. He trembled uncontrollably. His left hand shook constantly. His posture was bent, his face pale and sunken. Witnesses described him as paranoid, delusional, and consumed by rage. He blamed everyone for Germany's defeat, his generals, his soldiers, even the German people themselves. In one outburst, Hitler declared that Germany deserved to be destroyed for failing him. The man who once promised a 1,000-year Reich now believed everything was already lost. Even as Soviet forces closed in, Hitler continued issuing orders to armies that existed only on paper. He spoke of reinforcements, counterattacks, miracle weapons. None of them were real. Generals stood silently as Hitler moved imaginary divisions across maps. No one dared tell him the truth. The bunker became a theater of illusion, where fantasy replaced strategy and denial replaced leadership. Outside, Berlin was dying. Inside, Hitler was already gone. On April 29th, 1945, something strange happened. In the middle of chaos and collapse, Adolf Hitler married Eva Braun. After years of secrecy, she became his wife. For less than 40 hours, the wedding took place inside the bunker. There was no celebration, no joy, only a few silent witnesses and a sense of finality. Eva Braun refused to leave him. She chose death over survival. It was not love, it was devotion to a doomed ideology. Hitler had already decided his fate. He feared capture. He feared humiliation. Above all, he feared being displayed as a defeated man. He studied the deaths of other dictators. He tested cyanide capsules on his dog and watched it die. That moment confirmed his decision. There would be no surrender, only silence. On April 30th, 1945, Adolf Hitler retreated into his private room with Eva Braun. Moments later, it was over. Eva Braun swallowed cyanide. Hitler bit a cyanide capsule and shot himself in the head. The most destructive leader in modern history died underground, unheard, unseen, and defeated. His body was carried outside, doused in gasoline, and burned in a shell crater as Soviet artillery shook the ground. There would be no grave, no empire, no legacy, only ashes. The bunker did not fall silent immediately. Some followers cried, others fled, but the illusion was gone. Hitler's final days revealed a powerful truth. Tyranny does not end in glory. It ends in fear, isolation, and self-destruction. The man who ruled through terror died alone, underground, hiding from the world he tried to dominate. This was not the fall of a city. This was the collapse of a mind. History remembers victories, but its greatest lessons lie in failure. Because every empire that rises on hatred always ends the same way, in the dark.